Hello everyone, welcome to the AIOG weekly webinar series. I am Rutvik and I'm super excited to have you here. I hope every one of you and your families are healthy and safe in this challenging time. So, for all of those who are joining us for the first time today, AIOG is All India Oracle Users Group, and with the aim to share knowledge for the growth, we are conducting weekly webinars every Wednesday. And today we have with us Lucian Danskew, who will share his knowledge about augmented analytics with Oracle Analytics Cloud. Lucian is a senior principal product manager in product strategy on the Oracle Analytics team based in EMEA. He has been working with Oracle BI since 2001 and currently working with Oracle Analytics product team. Lucian, it's so good to have you here and thank you so much for joining us today. So now before we begin, I would like to remind you of a few things. So during the session, if you have any question, please post them in a Q&A panel at the bottom of your screen and we will answer your question at the end of session. I also request you to take selfies and screenshot and help us to spread a word about this event on Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn. Kindly use the hashtag displayed on the screen. So with all that information, I am passing control to Lucian. Lucian, it's over to you.
Thank you for this warm introduction. Good morning and good day, everyone. I think it's around 2 p.m. India time. So I hope you already you had a lunch and everything. And just give me a second to share my screen. I trust my voice, it's coming clear. If anything, my colleagues are going to tell me. So today we are going to cover augmented analytics with Oracle Analytics Cloud. So I'm going to cover this for around, between 60 and 90 minutes, depending on your feedback as well. And I hope this session will be an interesting one for you. And, this kind of sessions for, when is related to an Oracle user group tend to be more relaxed, right? And please don't hesitate to ask questions or everything that comes in your mind. Just let us know. I am not promising that we have all the answers. I think nobody has, like, on top of their head, but we will do our best. And if there are questions, please post the questions to the Q&A panel, right, rather than chat. It's very difficult to, to see on the chat window what question has been answered and what question is not, right? So please use the Q&A panel. And that's about logistics. Just let me check the participants. So I think people are slowly joining us. Okay, that's good. So I do have link for you. This session is not intended to be, me just scanning through slides. On contrary, there will be slides that I'm just going to skip. And there will be slides that I'm going to, to go and present you some additional information. We are going to see things live in a demo, and hopefully this would be something that you are going to like, rather than reading from the slides. Also, I have prepared for you, there is Google Sheet link. I'm going to paste the link in the chat window. For me, chat window is the way that I can go through you. You should be able to access. It's free access. Um, in case if you are on your corporate VPN, then that will be a challenge. But if you are on open internet, there will be no challenge. So I'm going to, we have this links sheet among others, and I'm going to go through some of these links. These links are here, and you can, I'm not going to delete this sheet, so it's for your for that you can use it later on. Also, we have something called environment details. So we are going to provide um, some environments for you, uh, and it's not mandatory for you to go and write your name, your email, your company, if you are not comfortable with. So if you are comfortable with, that's fine. If not, just let us know that you need an analytics URL, uh, and username and password and everything, and we will provide you through email, right? So that's just one thing that I wanted to um, um, to tell you. And also on the under documentation, I'm going um, to put a link, a zip file with the current presentation and also with the labs. So we are going to cover self-service labs. It's not mandatory. So if you want to do it, you can do it. If not, there is no problem. But this is what I intend to cover for this presentation. And among with the lab files, with the labs, you are going to find the necessary files, right? So you can take from this webinar also some hands-on, right? And hopefully it will help you further on. So let me go back to my presentation. Um, I trust you already know about our safe harbor statement. During this presentation, I am going to talk about some features that are on the roadmap. So please don't take this feature as an official commitment um, from Oracle, right? So, but because it's a user group, it's an Oracle user group, you already know about this safe harbor statement. But I'm just, you know, speaking for people that are really new. This is me. I am working in Oracle Analytics team. If you want to contact me You have my email ID from Oracle, and also you have, we can contact on LinkedIn as well, right? So if you go to LinkedIn, because it's a community, right? So you may want um, to ask later on questions and things like that. Um, Basically, I have started working with Oracle technology since 2001 for an Oracle partner. Actually, I was the the first person hired, so I was the only employee for this company. And during almost 10 years, I have been involved in 23 projects on different clients. I had like 15 different clients, from different areas like banking, insurance, retail, telecom, utilities, and I did some projects on UAE as well. So I know what a project is, and if um, probably most of you are you are working from an Oracle partner, right? So I have been you 10 years, you know, and actually 10 years back. So that's it. Then I have moved for almost 5 years to an Oracle customer. This is a telecom company, and I have coordinated a development team. We had, a data warehouse and everything, so I know a thing or two about how to be an Oracle customer, and then I have moved to Oracle. Um, so I kind of, you know, uh, closed the circle. So that's me. Regarding the agenda, we are going to an introduction to Oracle Analytics Cloud. My understanding is that this is a fairly new Oracle group, uh, and some of you are you don't actually have an analytics experience. You probably have, you are developers, you have been working with Oracle database a lot, and, I respect that. So I will, um, I'm going to adapt my presentation to a level that uh, it can be understood from zero experience to senior experience with analytics. So we are going to have a brief introduction to analytics family. We are going to cover analytics cloud editions. We are going to cover what a self-service means, what an enterprise analytics means, and that's actually the semantic model. Then the main topic is this augmented analytics. Starting with this intelligence insights. Basically, everything started from data preparation, right? And then you go to this intelligent insights, then you have this natural language query-based visuals. And then I will cover uh, quite extensively our flagship mobile, which is day by day. And I will do that because there are not so many, um, uh, let's say, presentations out there or many videos. And basically, this augmented analytics with this mobile app is, you can find anything. You can find natural language query, natural language um, uh, you generated, and all kind of augmented analytics. And also I'm going to briefly cover some other analytic app, which is Synopsys, uh, in respect to this augmented analytics. Uh, then we will talk about data connectors, we will talking about data flows, and probably some of the topics are going to be, I'm not necessarily going to take it in this order, right? So, but don't be worried, we will cover everything, including these hands-on labs. This is Oracle mission, and Larry has presented this new statement last year on in San Francisco on Oracle Open World. And basically from this mission, you notice this middle stuff: see data in new ways, discover insights. This is pretty much what BI does, right? And it doesn't matter where this BI is, right? Either it's a platform like Oracle Analytics Cloud, either is BI embedded in Fusion Analytics, either is BI embedded in the database, like, right? With machine learning stuff, it's everywhere. This is the analytics products that we have. The main topic would be Oracle Analytics Cloud. I'm also going to talk a bit about Oracle Analytics Server, which is our on-premise offer. And I am very, very briefly talking about our analytics applications, which are our Fusion Analytics Warehouse. You are going to find this acronym quite often. And what we have today, GA, is ERP and HCM. And actually, if you want to know more about this stuff, I am just going to present just a little. I think you already know this page, right? And if you go to past webinars, the previous webinar, with Ash is responsible with the ERP, with analytics ERP. Monisha she is responsible with HCM, Fusion Analytics. So you are going to find out a lot of details and some um, and some other stuff as well on our previous session. So don't miss it. And also, if you want to find out stuff that are related to Oracle Analytics Server and how to upgrade from OBIE to Oracle Analytics Server, I am highly encouraging you to check this webinar as well. These two guys are they are not working for Oracle. They are Oracle ACE directors, and they have a lot of experience, and they are talking about stuff that you are not necessarily going to find out in an official, let's say, so official documentation, right? Stuff that they have they had to handle when they need to. And basically, if you are an Oracle partner, we have a lot of OBIE customers on premise. And there is this um, free migration path to Oracle Analytics Server. And this is an opportunity for you if these customers, they want to stay on premise, they would better check Oracle Analytics Server. And you will get details from this session too, right? What is Oracle Analytics Cloud? You know, you can say this is an augmented analytics cloud platform. And we have, you know, everything with data visualization. That's the simple part, right? But also before data visualization, you need to prepare the data. Data flow is another feature that you can start um, you know um, curating data sets, and also with data flow you can have a machine learning algorithms, you can have sentiment analysis, which are basically this augmented analytics. And we have an integration with machine learning, advanced integration, and this integration is with the database, right? If I hope you already know about you know, our autonomous database, either it's, you know, with ADW flavor or ADP flavor, you know, warehouse or processing. We have a deeper integration with this um, uh, with the database, right? And I'm going to talk more about this stuff. Also, we have, you know, embedded everywhere, artificial intelligence, natural language generation, natural language processing, and this intelligent data enrichments, starting with the data preparation. Oracle Analytics Server is based on Oracle Analytics Cloud 5.5. And if you click on this link that we have here, you are going to see more details. You know, this is kind of frequent asked questions, and you know, you can browse through them um, and see the features. And basically, uh, you have the you have the presentation, right, with Oracle Analytics Server, OBI to OAS migration. You are going to find out a lot of stuff, right? Um, the real cool thing is that the already OBIE customers that they have active support agreement can upgrade with no license cost. And they will get machine learning, they will get AI, they will get data enrichments for free. Most of the OBIE customers that we have, they are they have just the classic content. With OS, they will have the self-service and the augmented analytics available at no cost. Fusion Analytics Warehouse, this is basically based on um, Oracle Analytics Cloud and stays on um, autonomous data warehouse, and you get predefined content which comes from our Fusion applications. And there are a bunch of other um, other things that you need to um, um, you know you need to know. Um, and what we have today is just the ERP and HCM, and we are going to what is coming soon it will be other Fusion pillars like supply chain management and customer experience, and also NetSuite. Okay, now we are going to cover analytics editions. Basically, one of the first things that you need to do when you spin up an analytics instance is to choose an edition. And we have a couple of editions. We have professional edition, we have enterprise edition. Professional edition is more about self-service data visualization, right? And when we go to enterprise, we have what professional has and more, where you will be able to build your data models, the semantic layer. You are going to build your enterprise reports, your enterprise dashboard. You are able to design and publish your pixel perfect reports. This is BI publisher. And this product, back in the days, if you have experience with Oracle e-business suite, we all know that e-business suite is a great ledger, but a poor reporting. A lot of people are using BI Publisher or XML Publisher. That was the original name to to overcome the reporting challenge. Also, with the Enterprise Edition, you will be able to migrate content for your on-prem environment, right? And only with Enterprise Edition. And on both editions, day by day can be used. And also, even if you are in cloud, you can have your platform, your analytics platform in the cloud, but you may want to use on-premise data. You don't want to move your data to the cloud, right? And that's possible. We have something called remote data gateway, and you can keep your data on-prem. Using remote data gateway, you will be able to connect, right? If someone is interested in a demo, I can provide this for you at the end of this webinar. But what is augmented analytics, right? And Gartner, that's Gartner definition. It's basically enabling technologies as machine learning and artificial intelligence to assist with data preparation, insight generation, insight explanation, to augment how people explore and analyze data in analytics and BI platforms, right? So we take from this Gartner definition, machine learning, artificial intelligence. We have in analytics cloud data flow. With the data flow, we can run a machine learning model, and this machine learning model can be imported um, from a model that is developed by a data scientist in the database, right? Or we can have sentiment analysis. When we talk about data preparation, with data preparation, we have things like, we enrichments, we cleanse, we have things like transform the data before visualize the data, right? And this insight generation, we have something called BI Ask, and I'm going to show you this BI Ask how this BI Ask is working, and some tips about BI Ask in both Analytics Cloud and mobile day-by-day application. Um, Also, we have natural language processing with BI Ask, and we also have natural language generation with narratives. We have a special visualization called narratives, and this visualization is in your labs as well, right? So don't be worried. And also with day by day, and we have both NLP and NLG. And also, I am going to give you a glimpse of what's next. This is a roadmap feature. We're going to have a new Oracle mobile application, and this is this application. It's pretty amazing. I am going to share with you a link, and you can have a preview of it. And with this mobile application, there is something called podcast. And actually, it's generating on the go a podcast from a project, right? Because we have an analytics project, and the project is basically a canvas or more than one canvas with a bunch of visualizations, right? It's difficult to to check the visualizations when you are on the go and with a 5-inch screen mobile, right? But the podcast, you can hear the podcast. That's a pretty cool feature. And also this natural language processing with day by day uh, is also by speaking. With BI Ask, it's typing. You are just typing. And with day by day, it's the phone, right? We are basically uh, use the phone to talk with people, right? Uh, and in this case, we can also use the microphone, the phone microphone. And we also have this inside explanation, one-click explain. And I'm going to show you a link with a very comprehensive demo with this one-click explain. Also, the second part of the definition from Gartner, it says this augmented analytics augments the expert and citizen data scientists by automating many aspects of data science, machine learning, and AI model development, management, deployment. So it's making the life easier, right? And with OAC, we're basically talking more about citizen data scientists, right? Casual business users. They don't need to know Python. They don't need to know, how to create a data model. They are just using it, right? And some expert they come to to the database itself. They are using a notebook, and they can develop a pretty uh, comprehensive or complex data model. And the citizen data scientists, all they need to do is they register that model built by an expert, and they are using it with OAC, right? So in a nutshell, this is how OAC is responding to this augmented analytics. With data preparation, we have this, ingestion from a variety of data sources, right? You can have, your SaaS applications in the cloud. You may have, some big data sources, you may have some files, anything that you need um, to connect and to to report. And with this, we have this profiling, deep column profiling. We have this semantic classification. We have this sensitive data detection. So if you are uploading a file with a social security number, for example, you will get notified, and without doing anything, you can choose to obfuscate this sensitive data, right? Also, you can transform and enrich the existing columns. We have, like single click transformation, and we have a bunch of semantic enrichments. For example, you are uploading a column with city or with country, you will get a bunch of enrichments like country populations or currency or all kind of semantic enrichments with just one click without doing anything. And you can have a bunch of transformations that are available. You may have a date column, and you can have, for example, you can, extract a year, for example, or month or quarter, or, things like that. After you do all this stuff, you start visualizing and discover your insights, right? And um, this understands semantic and context of your data. We have over 30 built-in semantic types, and we have, briefly talked on the previous slide. And because I don't want to just to have the slides, let me try something. I'm going to connect to an OAC instance. I'm going to connect, because we are going to talk also about data connections. I'm going to have a data connection to Fusion applications, and I'm going to import a data set from Fusion application, and then we will see how these algorithms are going to work. So first thing, I'm going to open a Fusion um, environment. I hope that this is going to work. So I have the right password. So I'm going to Fusion applications, right? Let's say your customer have Fusion applications, and Fusion application, it comes with the BI embedded. Okay, not necessarily a good sign. Let me check again. Okay, now it's working. So this guy is director of payroll, right? So we are in HCM, and I'm going to build a report. And you notice right now I am not in Fusion anymore. I am in OTBI. And this is actually BIE, right? So Just give me a second to hide my meeting controls so you can see the whole stuff. So this is BI embedded in Fusion Analytics, right? And is actually the latest 11G, which is 11.1.1.9. And you can, create your analysis dashboard. This is the classic content, right? So you don't have, the self-service side. And Fusion is great, but Fusion, it's only available for, you can only build um, data that is already in Fusion database. You cannot federate. You cannot bring your own data, right? And I should have a folder, and I have a, kind of hello world analysis. I just need to make sure that I have some data. With this classic content, there is not much augmentation, right? It is what it is. You just drag and drop, um, things that you are interested in, and you get the results, and that's all. You are not getting any enrichments. You are not getting anything. Okay, so what we have here is the number of absences by department, by country, and with absence date as well. Okay, that's good. So that means I can go to my Fusion Analytics. Let me try to, let me refresh to make sure that this is working. And I'm going to create a connection to Oracle applications, right? So you can see here we have plenty of predefined connection types, including the EPM cloud connection or S-based connection. So this time we are going to have an HCM connection. I need to specify the analytics host. So we are going back here and we copy this link. I'm going to use the same Brian Joseph guy, and I need to take the password, and I'm just click save, right? I'm not going to do anything more. Okay, now we have a connection. That means we can create a data set out of this connection. And you notice when we connect to Fusion applications, we have three options. We can select columns, and these columns are basically, uh, you know, uh, columns from subject areas. Or we can select an analysis, or we can enter a logical SQL. From where we can take this logical SQL? If you go to Fusion, we have this advanced tab, and we have an XML thing, which we don't need, but we do have this logical SQL. We have our select statement, right? And we have from, and that's pretty much, but could be a very complex analysis. This is kind of hello world stuff, right? And the easiest way for us is to select an analysis. And I'm going to pick the same analysis. So I'm coming here. I take this. I'm going to click add. and hopefully something is going to happen anytime soon. Okay, and I have my data set, and you notice I have a bunch of recommendations, right? And because I have country here, right? If I just click on country, I have 20 enrichments on country. Let's say I would like to add population, right? I will add currency name. Okay, we have this date column. I can extract, you know, day of week. I can extract year, for example, you know. Um, this was with the year. And I can do a bunch of stuff, right? Let's say I'm not comfortable with this stuff. I'm just going to delete. Or I can come here and I have these options and I can extract from here, right? I can rename, I can convert this to a text, I can edit this stuff. And this is a date um, uh, type, right? Data type, it's date. With number of absences, this is a measure, right? If I'm coming to these options, I have a bunch of other options. I can do a bin, like, right? I can rename, I can duplicate, I can convert to text. And if I'm coming to an attribute, you notice I can group this stuff, right? For example, with countries, I can have a group, based on regions, like EMEA region, like APAC region, right? So I can do a lot of stuff from this data preparation, right? And you notice I have this preparation script on the left side. And you notice I have this blue dots and I need to apply the script. And then I can create my project, right? And I have all the stuff that um, that I can do, right? So for example, I can take this number of absences, I can take this um, date stuff, and I can choose create best visualization. And it will create, a line best visualization. You notice I have a challenge with the data. Um, so basically my good data is starting from 2011. So I can use, you know, I can add a filter, for example, right? And I can choose, I can kind of filter my data, right? I can do a lot of stuff with this self-service side and with this governed analytics. And, that's like of hello world. So it's nothing much. Uh, and the classic part is just giving me this kind of option. Obviously, I can add from here a new visualization, but it's not this self-service part. Let me go back to my presentation. So I hope you have a better understanding and you already have seen this stuff, how you can create this best visualization. And we have this visual grammar, we have keyword search, so we can search for artifacts, we have pattern brushing, and you are going to have all this stuff in your labs. When we talk about platform, uh, there is a heritage here, right? And what we have here, back in the day, in 1997, so late 90s, there was a company named Enquire, and they have built this Enquire server. Zibel bought this company in 2001 and renamed um, this Zibel Analytics. And then Oracle at late 2006, we bought Zibel and we have renamed this as Oracle BI server, right? And in 2007, we had 10G, then we had 11G, and since 2015, we have 12C, and the latest 12C is 12.2.1.4. And basically, for customers that they have the latest one, they can have in place migration to OS. And this is basically, you can say it's OBIE 12.2.1.5. But from this year, um, we are not having this OBIE stuff. We are moving to OS on-prem. And since 2016, we have released OAC. And before OAC, there was another cloud product, BICS. But we are not talking anymore with, related to BICS because this stays on the classic infrastructure, and we move people from OAC, from BICS to OAC, so we are covering OAC. And you see there are quite a few releases. Basically, we have 4 releases per year. We are expecting early 2021, so probably January, to have a 5.9 release. And sometimes in the first quarter, the OS is going to be upgraded as well. So OS is now 5.5, which is basically the January bits. And OS is going to have just, is going to be in sync with OAC, um, roughly a year time frame, 12 to 16 months, right? Basically, this is the price to stay on-prem. With the cloud, you have 4 releases per year. With on-prem, you have just 1. And basically, you know, this is related to the BI server, but also Enquire, they have something like Enquire Suite, and Enquire Suite became Zibel Analytics, and Zibel Analytics has been rebranded as Oracle BI Applications. So, this stuff is more than 20 years back, right? So we have a long history, and this product, it's really good. So imagine this product when they released, it was like an universal search engine for structured data, right? With a metadata layer, um, over a federated data sources. That this was kind of revolutionary stuff. But uh, we still have to move on, and there are what we call waves of analytics, starting with this traditional stuff, moving to self-service and moving to augmented, right? So, and this is pretty much the same. The 1990s platforms, the 2000 platforms, and starting from 2017, we have this augmented analytics. And you also have a bunch of links that I am encouraging you to read. Um, Basically, with Analytics Cloud, we are covering all the waves. Um, our competitors, they are covering self-service part and some of the augmented part, but they are not covering the governance part. There is still need for governance, right? And for single version of the truth and things like that. So we have a more comprehensive picture. We we cover all the stuff, governance part, self-service part, and augmented part, and they are overlapping with Oracle Analytics Cloud. And with this governed analytics, we have dashboards from the classic part. We have semantic models, right? We have this pixel perfect reports. You can find Excel integration. Um, we have something called Smart View, and you can connect to your analysis through Excel uh, by installing an add-on. And with self-service analytics, we have just talked, about data preparation, about data visualization a bit, collaboration, and this augmented analytics as well. This augmented analytics, it's not possible without machine learning, right? So we can take data from any data source that you have. We integrate this data with various tools, including you can put things on object storage. The link that you are going to find in the documentation, I am going to put in an object storage, and you structure everything with autonomous data warehouse, and you can analyze this using Oracle Analytics Cloud or mobile analytics. Actually, mobile analytics is looking to an analytics cloud, right? Instance. And it can be consumed by a wide range of consumers. You know, I'm going to skip on this stuff because, it represents things that we have already talked. This data gateway is a way to connect to on-prem data. With data preparation, you already have seen about data preparation. We have this unified homepage, and this is an interface with augmented analytics. Basically, when you go to homepage, there is some kind of rectangular area, and this is BI Ask. And I'm going to talk more about BI Ask and do some demo as well. With self-service analytics, we have this one-click forecast. And I am encouraging you to go. There is this TechCast. This is another group. Let me check the link. You are going to see this is another community. And you have this archive, right? And you can see for stuff, you can, watch a video, you can, sometimes you can download the slides. And I think somewhere in January, this is a cool presentation with slides as well, and it's related to this augmented analytics with this no-code machine learning. It's probably 30 minutes video. I'm encouraging you to check this one as well, and you have the link right here. Natural language processing, I am going to show you what that means. And basically is using machine learning to derive meaning from human language. It's not necessarily an easy task to do, right, from various reasons, but you don't have to know SQL, right? Because it's augmented and is voice enabled with day by day. Natural language generation, basically it generates insights, auto narratives, which explain your visualization, right? And this is an example, right? You have this visualization, and there are a bunch of stuff, right? And basically you need to understand, to see some explanation of this stuff, right? And you can create um, um, a new visualization, and this visualization you choose narrate, and you'll get a narrative, right? And you are going to have this um, as a lab. So because we are talking about the lab, let's see. Let's start with the first lab. So if you are new to Oracle Analytics Cloud, you will get all these steps, with screenshots and everything. And that's pretty cool, right? And you start with this data visualization, you create custom calculations, you have some trend lines, and the exercise 4, it's about this natural language generation. And basically, with step by step, um, you will create with this language narrative. Um, you are going to create the stuff, right? This KPI catalog is basically related to Fusion Analytics Warehouse, and behind this stuff is Oracle Analytics Cloud, and it has some other things as well, and you are going to see more information on the previous session. AI and data exploration, with this explain attrition, this is something that you are starting with a blank canvas and you are clicking on a data element that you want to have um, some insights on, and then and choose, right click and choose explain. And this case attrition is a data element. It's actually an attribute, and you are going to get some machine learning stuff running on this one and providing you with information, right? And you start with this blank canvas and you choose, what you uh, what you think that are interesting, the stuff that are interesting for you, including anomalies, right? And then you just, after you select this stuff, you just choose add selected, and you are going to have a canvas with uh, some visualizations in, right? And because these visualizations are auto-generated, it will remove the bias, right? And this no-code machine learning stuff, you are going to find out here as well. The reason I am not insist much on this machine learning is that we intend to have a separate webinar on this one, because this is a huge topic. But we are providing you information where to find this stuff. And we have a bunch built-in machine learning library. And now we move to mobile analytics. And we talk a bit about trends. And this is true for me, and I believe this is true from most of us. We are spending the time, consulting, let's say this way, our mobile than any other um, device. And sometimes this is our first um, point of contact. And we are preferring mobile consumption, right? Even if you are just browsing through emails or reading some news, we are using this. You can use the mobile web to have your mobile browser access to your analytics instance and is responsive and it looks good. Or you can use some application um, which you download from Google Store, or you know or Play Store, or whatever store you just search for day by day. And this day by day is basically a proactive personal data assistant. And this is on the roadmap. This is the podcasting stuff. And we will see this in the hopefully first half of the next year. And this is BI Ask. Basically, this is BI Ask on OAC instance, and that's the same query on the phone. Let me very, very quickly open an analytics instance. And let me go to the home page, and I can just search from here, right? Like revenue, and you notice I have some searches, and I already have this revenue by branded region. I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to have um, visualizations, right? And you notice revenue, it's a measure, brand and region, these are attributes. And we have all the possible combinations, and they are looking like that. And if I open my mobile, let's hope that is working. So this is my mobile. I'm going to open my day by day app, and I'm just quickly go to this search stuff, and I'm going to use my microphone. revenue by product type and region. And now it's fetching data. This is the same environment. And you notice these two visualizations are different. Why? Because this is adapting to my screen, right? And there is another reason. This is some kind of donuts, and this kind of um, of visualization. I love to spin this stuff. This kind of visualization is basically uh, efficient with 7 slides or less. If there are more slides, you are not be able to get um, any meaning. So you have seen this BI ask, but how does it work, right? What happens between I speak or type a question and when I get the results? And this stuff, these are some screenshots um, from a presentation that I'm going to share with you. Actually, it's already been shared in the links. I'm just going to provide you the links. And this, the data behind it's a Spotify data set. And basically, there is this guy, uh, Jacques Vigand, and he's asking what are the top 5 uh, streamed song by artist in 2017, right? This is a question, right? It's a legitimate question. The first step is this voice recognition. And we are using whatever, Google or Apple is providing as a voice recognition. This is my phone voice recognition, right? The next step is to identify the data set. The next step is to start and getting rid of the noise, right? There is noise in this question. Then it's finding meaningful bits, is looking for equivalents if they are, if it's not able to find any, everything. And then it's fetching the data through this SQL statement, right? And then it's picking up a visualization type. And this best fit algorithm, it's basically based on ranking. First is looking for curated data for the semantic model. This is the RPD. Then is looking for the data sets that has been certified and indexed. Then is going to look for personal data sets, and then is going to look for other data sets, right? So the same revenue, it's available in a subject area, it's available in some certified data set, in a personal data set, in a shared data set, right? And there is this logic. You already have seen, just let me, I'm a bit of unfair with day by day because it deserves more demo, but we don't have the time, unfortunately. So let me choose another thing. Show me revenue by product type. Okay, now I wasn't able to finish my sentence. This is kind of natural language, right? Show me, this is the noise. Show me revenue by product type in a table, right? And now I'm getting a table. And I can do a bunch of stuff with this one. I can add to suggested card, I can add it to my feeds, I can do a comment, right? And I can add this comment. Please check the numbers, right? I'm adding this comment. I can share this with my colleagues. I can have this bring back. I can choose another visualization. And when I choose bring back, I can choose bring back by time, right? I can choose bring back by place. And this stuff is going to use my GPS, or I can use a threshold, right? So I can select a measure. Let's say I am responsible. I'm a brand manager and I'm responsible with my brand results, and I can select a condition. Let's say when sales are like 5% less than show me this stuff, right? And I'm going to be notified proactively. I'm going to be notified with this threshold stuff. And there is more. I'm just scratching the surface. You already have seen the connectivity, and basically we have, you know, the data source can virtually be anything. We move this stuff to the repository. We have this data preparation that you have already seen, and we analyze the data with a variety of stuff. The data flows, basically this is a lightweight, I'm not going to say ETL, but you can do transformations as a business user. And you are going to create curated data sets, right? So basically you are not going to change the data sources, the data sets. Your end goal is to obtain a curated data set. And also, obviously, you have a bunch of steps related to machine learning and some other stuff that hopefully it's going to be the subject for the next presentation. And you may want to use filters. You can add columns, you can add data sets, you can save data, and basically you are going to have a lab on this stuff, and you are going to define a connection to um, a data warehouse, and this is with the data profiling and semantic enrichments, and this is with the explain stuff. Um, and this is the data flow, right? You are first creating a connection to an autonomous data warehouse. We are providing for you everything, file, username, password, and then you create the data flows step by step. And if I am coming very quickly to my data, we have this data flows. This is the first data flow. You are going to use a curated data set from sample app subject area, and then you are going to use a file, and you are going to join this. Please pay attention. Input 1 is with matching rows, input 2 is with all rows, and it's an inner join. then you are going to use branch. You can have 5 branch. And for one branch, you are going to filter product null. And for the other branch, you are filter product not null. And you'll get a different type of data, right? You'll get match products and you will get missing products. And this missing products you are actually going to save as in a database, and it's going to create a table. And then the other data flow, it's picking up the table that you have just created and is going to join with this data set. That's an inner join, and the result is going to be joined with this one. And then you add a column, you add the discount column. Then you are going to select the columns that you want to be saved as a data set. In a nutshell, that's about data flow. And obviously, you can create a sequence of the data flow, and you can run both in with one click. Obviously, first you'll choose this one because this data flow is dependent for the result of this one, and you have the lab for it. And if you go to this Oracle roadmap, you are going to find out stuff that are related to augmented analytics, stuff that we already have delivered, and some stuff that is going to be delivered. And the same on the data modeling and preparation. For example, we are going to introduce with 5.9 this custom knowledge enrichments, and we are going to introduce something called data quality insights. And in the first quarter of the next year, we're also going to improve this natural language processing. You are going to find more information using these blogs. And if you are interested in a roadmap, you just go to this link, register, and search for these sessions, right? And also we have free Udemy courses. You just need to register to Udemy and you can do basically data visualizations using these courses. There are 4 hours and something each course with examples, with labs, with everything, right? And I'm just going to show you this idea lab. This idea lab, you are going to find, and you are going to find more in these links, right? Uh, because this is a community, right? So go with this idea lab. You need to register. This idea lab is on Cloud Customer Connect. I need to enter a pin for, let me check again. I was distracted by the messages that I am receiving, a couple of phone calls. I apologize for that. So this is the idea lab for both Oracle Analytics Cloud and Server. You can contribute with your ideas, right? You can submit an idea and you have, you know, a number um, of people that they already shared with us our ideas. And as you can see, 19 ideas was already delivered. 44 are planned and so on, right? So this is a good place for you to to have your idea maybe incorporated in our product. And I'm highly encouraging to check this user community, analytics community. You are going to have a lot of webinars. You need to register. I have already been registered. I'm just going to uh, very quickly show you what you are able to find here. You are actually finding a virtual platform, right? And there are webcasts, there are virtual workshops, and all kind of things that you might be interested in. And we had an event, Oracle Analytics Summit, always on, and you can pick up stuff that you will be able to understand. This is a very good presentation from Philippe Lyons related to machine learning with OAC, and some other presentations as well. And you will get videos and you will get slides. And the last thing, I don't have the time, but I'm highly encouraging you to check the free tier and also check some other stuff that you might find out interesting. So I am going to my Q&A. So basically I'm going to stop share. We still have like 2 minutes.
Christian, there is a question on roadmap of Oracle Mobile. Could you
Yes,
help answer that?
yeah, I will answer in a minute. Thank you, Subrata. So um, day by day is available only with Oracle Analytics Cloud. Day by day, it's not available with Oracle Analytics Server. And my understanding is it's never going to be available because it's using some kind of cloud only proprietary libraries which need to be licensed on prem as well, and it's pretty complicated. The only way to use with Oracle Analytics Server, you can use your browser mobile, and this is what we have for now. I don't know if the new mobile will be able to connect to OAS. I speculate it can, but please don't take this as a definite answer. So thank you so much for your time. Um, I hope you found out this short session useful. Please contact us. Share your thoughts with us, and I hope we will see you again.
Thank you so much, Lucien. Thank you, Subrata, as well. Before we close, I would like to make a few quick announcements. So, request to all our participants to provide speaker feedback. You can scan the QR code over here, displayed on the screen. And in fact, you can use this to also let us know if you have any questions, and we can take it back and get the answers for you regarding the material, the presentation deck, and the resources. We will be uploading all these resources to our website, and all the attendees would be able to access these from the website itself. You would be able to access all the presentation and the resources that Lucien will provide us. Other than that, if you have attended all these webinars for the month, please feel free to email us at webinar@aioug.org, and we will share the participation certificate with you. Another announcement that we have is the call for papers for Sangam 20 are now open. We will be accepting papers till the November of 10th. That's the deadline. So we've got various tracks. We've got analytics, we've got database development, we've got and we've got a lot of other things as well. We've got fireside chats, and we encourage you to head over to our website again, aioug.org, and you can take a look at all the various tracks that we have planned. As of now, we've got tracks on platforms as well, OS platforms. So go over there, take a look, and submit your papers. We are waiting to hear from you. And the last thing that I have are the upcoming sessions. So these are the next sessions that we have. We've got assessing your database security. That's coming up on 30th of October. Then we've got Mark over here who's be talking about blockchain on 4th of November. And we've got Sanjay with us, who'd be talking about MySQL. That would be migrating MySQL from AWS to OCI. So we hope to see you soon. And thank you. See you in the next webinar. Thank you again for your time.